So in today's video, we're actually going to be talking about how to turn a pump and dump product and make it like a long lasting kind of brand. Because I feel like nobody really talks about this, bro. When it comes to organic dropshipping in general, one of the things that kind of people have and is like in their head for some reason is you find a product, right? Whether it's a brandable product or a pump and dump product. If it's a pump and dump product, then you run the product, make like 20, 30K, and then you drop it and on to the next until you find a brandable product, or you go and you just fucking like never touch that account or that product ever again. Me personally, and what I've done and what I've been doing in order to kind of make it consistent, and kind of like think of it kind of like a brand. Like you need to stop thinking like a drop shipper and you need to think like a brand, okay? Think about it like this. I have like 2-3 examples I'm actually going to be going over to actually tell you guys and basically show you guys what I mean. But like you need to start thinking like a kind of like a brand even with pump and dump type products, okay? Basically, I have some examples I'm actually going to pull up for you guys just to show you. So give me one sec. We're actually going to go over them together. Okay, so I got the account pulled up right here. I'm not gonna lie, this isn't one of the main accounts I had. I couldn't find it for some reason, but this is like a kind of a good like example account. So basically, if you look at these, like this account, right? Look at the bio. Juice WRLD inspired merch. Long live Juice WRLD. As we know, Juice WRLD, the niche isn't huge. Like it's big, but it's not fucking gigantic like that, the Christian niche, right? But this kind of goes into my point when I mean like you can brand pump and dump type products if there's a lot of already winning products in that niche or there's a decent variety. Okay, so if we look down at his account, right, as we see, he's running the Juice WRLD blankets. If we Juice WRLD blankets, okay. Then if we scroll down a little more, because you see he went viral. 62K right here with the blanket, 746K right here with the blanket. So as you see, we're running this product. But then if we look over here, he's also running the Juice WRLD orals as well. As we can see right here, Juice WRLD orals. Let's touch the sky. I'ma change your life. This kind of goes into my point. When you run a product, bro, and you go viral and make money, let's say that product starts to die out. There's first things that you need to be doing. The first thing is you need to look for new variants, bro. Treat your account like a brand, bro. Look for new variants in that audience. If you're running a blanket and your blanket starts to die out, try to find new variants first before you drop it. Okay, that's the first thing. So after you find new variants and say you try that and that doesn't work, then you have to go into the second thing, bro. If we scroll all the way down his account, I think he did that as well. But then you have to go into the second thing, okay? Which is now you try new concepts. People don't understand, bro, that it's not the product that ever dies out. Most of the time, you can run this product for like 6 months straight, especially if there's not that many competitors on the product. But it's the concept that dies out. You need to be finding at least 4 to 5 winning concepts to run your product in and recycle through on Instagram and Facebook, okay? You cannot sit there and use, let's say you're using a Stitch Clip Crying Girl concept, and that's your winning concept, right? Bro, find multiple winning concepts. People kind of limit themselves on, okay, so I'm gonna drop a video on this. People kind of limit themselves to, well, I'm not gonna do the IKEA concept because it converts lower. But if you're going crazy right with the IKEA concept and you're making money, does it really matter? And you just have it in your rotation. If it's doing 1 million views almost every single time you do it, but it's converting 1K per mil, you're still making that extra 1 million views. I mean, you're still making that extra 1K. Does that make sense? Now, if you have your main winning concept, which is, let's say, the Crying Girl, and it converts 3K per mil, that's eventually going to die out if you keep spamming and spamming it. So that's why while you're testing, you want to make sure that you're trying multiple winning concepts at once. Does that make sense? So you split test, new concept. You try IKEA. You split test, then you try a regular showing the concept. And you just keep trying new concepts. That's how you make your product last longer. That's one of the biggest things. But after you try new variants and after you try finding new winning concepts, right? Then you can go into, because you want to soak the product out as much as possible. You don't want to just throw in a new product immediately. But now this goes into my second, like my whole point is how you can brand like a pump and dump type product and make it last like 6 months to a year almost. I ran Billie Eilish blankets for basically 6 months, making consistent money with it every single day. And it was because of the fact that I was implementing these things I'm talking about now, okay? So the third thing is you need to bring a new product onto your account. If your product's starting to die out and you tried everything and it's not working, think of your account like a clothing brand, bro. You have to think of it like a clothing brand. And what do I mean by this? What do clothing brands do? They bring a product to the market, they create the product, it's a winning product, great. They drop the product, it sells out, and then they keep that account, keep that audience, build up the account, and keep running new products. And that's what I mean. You want to have a niche branded, like kind of like account that's primed in that audience, as long as it's a good audience as well. I actually have another account I'm actually going to pull up right after this. It's to the same audience. Bro, you want to have a niche branded account. That's like one of the best ways to make consistent money with organic. Almost one of my products that I'm currently running right now, I've been running for like 3 months straight, getting consistent 5 to 10K a month in revenue every single month. I just throw a crate on it, test new products in that audience, and if it goes crazy, I'll keep making money. You know what I mean? And I keep using that account, so it's gonna consistently keep making me money. I have over 100,000 followers on that account, bro, and that's kind of like my point. So that's basically what I mean. If we look at his account, he did it hella early, so I wouldn't recommend doing this, but he's running the blanket, and then he threw on the orbs, right? And now he's running the blanket and orbs at the same time. Does that make sense? I would have just kept running the blanket, printed as much money as possible, then threw on the orbs. But that's kind of like my point. Keep building up your following. Continue to keep running products in that audience. That's why it's important to run. That's why it's important to run in a product that's in a really good audience that consistently always has new products in that audience, like the Christian niche, like the pet niche, like shit like that. Does that make sense? So it's very important, because if you want to like kind of quote unquote turn a pump and dump into a brand, you have to be able to do this. And nobody, like I said, nobody really thinks about this, bro. All they do is I run a pump and dump product, or I run a regular product, I run it up, and if it's not a brandable product, I drop it. Like, no, bro, just build a niche brand out. Like, that's another thing you could do that nobody really talks about. And I know multiple people who have done this and make consistent 30K months, 20K months, 10K months, every single month doing this. It's super important. So that's pretty much what I mean. So if you want to, like, I'm going to show up another example right now. Actually, I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so this right here is another great example, right? And this is like an actual clothing brand, not actual clothing brand, but this is another great example of a dropshipper that turned like their account, even in like a smaller niche, but like still brandable type niche, into like a niche brand, right? So these guys, right? I'm sure you guys know who these are. Legacy Club, right? They've been running this Juice WRLD shoes. They brought it to the market. Right now, after they ran the Juice WRLD shoes, they could have just dropped the product. They could have just dropped it. You know, okay, cool. We had to drop. They had I think that was like 40K a day, right? And after that, they stopped making money. What they did, if we scroll down, right? Let's scroll down the account. Is, bro, as you see, they ran the shoes. You know, they were running the shoes. After they ran the shoes, they brought on a jersey, right? If we look right here. Oh, these are the shoes. But they've also added on a jersey with the shoes as well. After they dropped their first shoe variant, they could have went and dropped the product. But no, they made a new variant. They dropped a new variant in that niche, which is right here. This variant right here, this is something new. And they also added on a jersey. So that allowed them to keep using the account, which they already have a primed account. I think their Instagram has like 40,000 followers or some shit, and they kept just pushing out content, kept making consistent money with this account because of the fact that they already have a winning format. They already have a winning shoe. Let's just add on new variants, okay? Let's bring new designs, if that makes sense. And that's kind of what I mean. You could do the same thing with a regular dropshipping product, especially with all the print-on-demand products you can run now. You're running blankets. You're running there's jerseys, bro. You can run fucking mugs, bro. Like, that's kind of like my point. Don't just immediately drop your main product after it dies out. Add new variants. And then this goes into my second point when adding a new product. If we look at their recent videos, bro, they recently just made hoodies, bro. They recently just did hoodies. Let's look. Yeah. So here it is right here, if we look. If you see here, not only do they have shoes on their account, they have a jersey and they have hoodies, bro. That's my point. They have a niche brand that they're going to continuously keep making money as long as they bring new products to the market, and as long as they continue to keep bringing in new variants as well for their winning products. And that's what I mean. Bro, you can build out a niche brand and keep continuously making money. This is the most slept on thing that I don't think anybody talks about in the organic dropshipping space. And it's so much sauce because it allows you to stop fucking stressing about, okay, well, if you can't brand that product and exit the store, then, you're cooked. No, nigga. Honestly, bro, who gives a fuck? But at the end of the day, bro, these niggas are making consistent money. They can't exit this store. I hope you guys know that. They cannot exit. This is an artist. I'm like 99% sure they can't exit. You can't exit an artist store. I don't know personally. I haven't looked into it, but I'm 99% sure. But it doesn't fucking matter. Who cares about exiting an organic store for 150K when you can just continuously keep making money with it months on months on months? Because most of the time, I'm sure most of y'all too aren't even looking to do organic for the rest of y'all lives. So does it really matter does it matter to exit an organic store for like say 120,000 when you can continuously keep making 20K every single month for as long as forever with this count? That's my point. And that's what I mean with this, bro. As you can see from these people, bro, they're bringing on new variants, new products in that niche, and they're just running it like that. And that's kind of what I mean. That's what you want to do. You want to find a product, run that product in a good niche, print money with that product. Then, instead of dropping it, bring new variants. After you bring new variants and that dies out, okay, you try new concepts. After you try new concepts and let's say that dies out, or the new concepts that you're trying aren't working, which is very unlikely. You could typically keep continuously going viral as long as you keep doing new concepts. Because for you to eat the whole market up is super unlikely. People underestimate how big a market really is, bro. And for you to hit everybody in that audience is super unlikely. And the third thing is after you do those first two things, you bring in new products, bro. If you, let's say you're running a Christian product. Let's say you're running the Christian blankets, right? You ran the Christian blankets, you ran it up 20K, cool, and it's starting to die out. You try new variants, you try new concepts, nothing working. Okay, bet. Well, let's throw a Christian jersey on there. Okay, cool. Now you're throwing the Christian jersey on there. It spikes back up the account. Now you have a Christian jersey and Christian blankets making money at the same time, right? And you have a niche brand now that you can continue to keep building up forever. And just keep throwing on new products on that account and just recycle them, right? We keep recycling them. You just keep finding new products whenever that dies out, and you can run it up for a fucking year straight. I literally know people who have been running the same account for 8 months to 1 year, just continuously keep doing this. Have an account in a good niche that's primed, Instagram and Facebook. After that, bring on new variants, keep running the product, and then once that dies out, bring a new product on and just recycle through the two products you're currently running. Keep making consistent money, even get emails, because y'all niggas also slack on like kind of like getting emails, because if you're going this route, it's kind of good to get emails. I'll be slacking on it too, but that's kind of like a little bit of sauce that I know I just don't be implementing sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, but that's pretty much my point. Like, you have to think about your accounts like it's kind of like a brand. Like, niche brand, in my opinion, is the best way to go about organic, because it kind of like, obviously you want to run brandable products. Don't get me wrong. You can run brandable products. It's good to run brandable products, the products that you can actually brand. I have ran brandable products before. I literally ran a product my first ever winning product was a brandable product. Every single month, I have not touched under 10K. 10K revenue, I have not touched under 10K revenue month in under like 5 months now. I'm not gonna lie. I've been hitting consistent 10K months plus, and that's like low end for the last 5 months. My last month, I just did $30,000. This month, it's literally the 5th, and I'm at like 5.5K for the month already. The month before that, I did 20K. The month before that, I did 15K. Like, this shit is not luck, bro. This is a skill. And it's just a lack of information. The only difference between me and you is I have the information and I put in the work time, and you haven't done that yet. That's the only thing. Or you just lack information, okay? So just remember that. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video. I hope this guys helps you to make your first 10K. If you are interested to get some work, I do have a one-on-one mentorship. You can DM me on Instagram, or DM me organic, and I'll get back to you and we'll work with you. But if not, it doesn't really matter to me, because I'm gonna keep making money. I'm gonna keep printing, and I just want you guys to be able to print as well. So yeah, y'all be safe, and hey, keep grinding. Your time is coming next. I promise y'all.